Bozeman Prime, Southlake Town Square, Texas, 6:52 p.m. on a Saturday in October 2024. I pulled my white Suburban into the valley lane, killed the engine, took a deep breath, and glanced in the rearview mirror. Harper, 7 years old, was buckled into her booster seat in the back, her blue eyes sparkling under the restaurant's LED lights. She was wearing a pink satin dress covered in sequin butterflies, the one she'd spent an entire hour picking out because I want to look like a princess for Papa's birthday. "Mommy, are we gonna get the chocolate lava cake?" Harper asked, her voice sweet as syrup. "You bet, sweetie," I smiled, even though my stomach was already knotting up. I'd reserved the table 2 weeks earlier, picking the private corner by the stone fireplace so Dad, who always complained about being cold even when Texas was pushing 75 degrees Fahrenheit, would be comfortable. I'd even texted Mom at lunchtime, "Mom, I'm covering me and Harper, don't worry." She'd replied with a heart sticker and "Okay honey, tore." I honestly believed this time would be different. I'm always 10 minutes early, project manager habit, never keep the client waiting. I took Harper's hand and stepped through the heavy wooden doors. The smell of garlic butter and grilled steak hit us like a wall. Manager Brian recognized me instantly. "I bring clients here all the time," and grinned. "Table for the Richardson party right this way, Miss Thompson." And then I saw it. The long table was already full. Dad sat at the head, still wearing the same plaid button-down he'd owned since I was in high school. Mom was on his right, blonde highlights gleaming, wearing the 3-strand pearl necklace I'd bought her last birthday. On the left was Lauren, my little sister, holding up a massive pear-shaped diamond ring that caught every ray from the chandelier. Next to her was Cole, her new boyfriend, 6'3", a leather jacket with his 2 kids 9 and 11 arguing over an iPad. There wasn't a single empty chair for me or Harper. Lauren squealed when she spotted us. "Ava AA, you're here. Look at my ring. Cole proposed last night, 2.3 carats, flawless." She shoved her hand in my face like I needed a magnifying glass. I forced a smile, dragged a chair from the next table for Harper, and squeezed into the last random seat they use when tables are overloaded. Harper climbed onto my lap because the chair was too tall. 5 leather-bound menus were placed directly in front of Lauren. Mom beamed and slid one toward her. "Order anything you want, baby. Daddy's treat tonight." Dad nodded, raising his Woodford Reserve like a toast. I waited. 10 seconds. 20 seconds. Not one menu came my way. Not a single one. Harper tugged my sleeve and whispered, "Mommy, I'm hungry." I looked at Mom. She was still grinning at Lauren, pointing at the seafood tower for $185. "Mom," I said softly. She turned totally casual. "Yeah, hon, where's our menu for me and Harper?" Mom waved me off like I was a fly. "Oh, Ava, you're a big girl now, you can handle it. Just pay for yourselves later, right?" The words were light, but they slammed into my chest harder than any slap. Blood rushed to my ears. Harper squeezed my hand tighter, her eyes already turning red. This was the first time she'd ever seen her own grandmother openly forget us. I'd always shielded her, always made excuses. Grandma's busy, Aunt Lauren's going through a tough time. Lauren broke the silence with her signature high-pitched squeal. "I want the 48-ounce tomahawk with the lobster tail add-on." Cole's never had real Texas beef. Cole grinned like a golden retriever, ruffling her hair. Harper hung her head, voice tiny. "I just want macaroni and cheese." I looked at my little girl trying so hard to be good, then at my mother who just offered my sister a $185 seafood platter while telling my daughter to fend for herself. Something inside me shattered. I took a deep breath and stood up from the random chair. The whole table went dead silent. I smiled, the cold professional smile 8 years in corporate America had burned into my muscle memory. "Excuse me, Brian," I called to the manager standing nearby. "Separate check for me and my daughter, please. And could you bring a kid's menu for Harper?" Lauren's jaw dropped. Mom froze, her white wine glass trembling. Dad set his bourbon down and for the first time all night looked me straight in the eye. Harper looked up, eyes shining. "Really, Mommy, I get to order?" "Really, sweetheart," I kissed her hair. "Tonight we order whatever we want." And right then I knew Dad's 66th birthday dinner was never going to be like any dinner before. Bozeman Prime, Southlake, 7:18 p.m. The sizzle from the charcoal grill behind the bar mixed with Lauren's high-pitched laugh. She was holding up her phone, snapping selfies with Cole angling the shot so the 2.3-carat ring caught every light. Waiter Ethan, name tag copper, walked up, crisp white shirt, iPad in hand. "Evening, folks. Ready to order?" Lauren stole the show. Hi, we'll have 2 of the 48-ounce tomahawk, bone-in medium rare with the lobster tail upgrade. Truffle butter on the side." Oh, and the seafood tower to start, and a bottle of the Caymus Special Selection 2021. Ethan nodded, fast fingers flying across the screen. 2 tomahawk features at $120 each, lobster upgrade tower and the Caymus. Got it. I glanced at the wall menu. $120 times 2 equals $240 just for Lauren and Cole's entrees. Add seafood and wine, easily $600 plus for the 2 of them. Ethan turned to me and Harper, smiling politely. And for you ladies, I stood. No rush, no yelling. Just stood, black dress hugging every curve, Louboutin 10 centimeters, heels clicking softly on the oak floor. The table went graveyard quiet. Separate check for me and my daughter, please, I said, calm and clear, the same tone I use when closing $1 million deals. And could you bring the kids' menu again? Harper gets to choose. Ethan blinked once, then nodded. Of course, ma'am. Right away. Mom Karen Richardson let out a sarcastic laugh, the same one she uses to shut down any conversation. Don't be dramatic, Ava. Sit down. I didn't seat. Dramatic, Mom? I tilted my head, still smiling. Dramatic is making a 7-year-old watch her aunt eat $120 lobster while being told she's not part of the celebration. That's dramatic. Harper looked up at me, eyes wide. I bent down and kissed her forehead. What do you want? Princess Harper's voice was small but clear enough for the whole table. I want to try the ribeye like Aunt Lauren. But the little one. Ethan handed over the kids' menu instantly. Harper pointed straight at the kids' ribeye, 6 ounces mashed potatoes, steamed broccoli, $28. I'll have that one please, she said, beaming like she'd won the lottery. Ethan tapped it in. Kids' ribeye, medium mashed potatoes and broccoli. Drink, sweetheart, Shirley Temple with 2 cherries, Harper squealed. I sat back down, still holding her hand. The table stayed dead silent. Lauren opened her mouth, but Cole elbowed her. He'd finally clocked the vibe shift. Mom set her wine glass down, the crystal clinking hard against the wood. Ava, you're embarrassing everyone. Embarrassing, I echoed, light as air. I think the most embarrassed person here is the kid who got forgotten at her own grandfather's birthday party. But that's over now. I glanced at Dad. He was staring into his bourbon, fingers slowly spinning the heavy glass. He didn't defend Mom like always. For the first time in my life, he stayed silent instead of taking her side. Lauren tried to smooth things over. Come on, sis, we were joking. Mom just wanted to save you money. Save me money, I cut in, still smiling. By letting my daughter sit hungry while everyone else feasts, no thanks. Ethan returned with Harper's bright red Shirley Temple, 2 cherries bobbing. Harper grabbed it with both hands, grinning ear to ear. Thank you, sir. Lauren shot her a dirty look. Harper didn't notice, she was too busy sipping pure sugar. Mom sighed, trying to reclaim her sweet voice. You always blow things out of proportion. We're family, we don't keep score. I locked eyes with her. Exactly. Family doesn't keep score. So stop keeping score for me. I opened the Chase app, sent Ethan $50 via Apple Pay, with the note. For Harper's dinner plus tip, thank you. Then I looked up one last time. Enjoy your tomahawks. We'll enjoy our $28 ribeye. And the separate check. Harper whispered just loud enough for me, Mommy, you're awesome. I kissed her hair again. No, baby. You're the awesome one tonight. And in that moment, I knew I was done being the good sister. Bozeman Prime, Southlake. 7:29 p.m. The air around the table felt vacuum sealed. Harper happily slurped her second cherry, leg swinging. I set my water down, the ice cubes clinking loud in the deadly silence. I opened my iPhone, pulled up Venmo in front of everyone. No hiding, no whispering. The screen glowed bright under the crystal chandelier. And just so we're clear, I said loud enough, the next table turned the $1,500 I've been Venmoing Lauren every single month for the past 36 months. That stops tonight. I turned the phone so everyone could see the endless scroll. Ava Lauren $1,500. Rent 2, Ava Lauren $1,500. Groceries this month. Ava Lauren $1,500. Car payment. Again, love you. 36 lines. Total $54,000. Lauren shot up from her chair, face flaming, diamond flashing with every jerk. You promised you'd help me until I got back on my feet, she shrieked. I smiled, swiped to her public Instagram, 42K followers, all Dubai, Miami, Aspen check-ins. Back on your feet, I tapped her Birkin baby highlight. Last month's post, Hermes Birkin 25 rose Sakura caption, when before anyone else knows how to treat his queen, number blessed. Market price $9.200. I think your feet are doing great in those Louboutin So Kate boots you posted last week, I said, corporate smile intact. Size 37 red sole $1.395 right. Cole coughed, face going pale. Clearly he had no idea I followed her that closely. Mom slammed her hand on the table, red wine sloshing onto the white tablecloth. She's always been jealous of her sister, she screamed, pointing at me. Always Lauren's prettier, sweeter. Ava's just cold and calculating. I actually laughed. Out loud. Jealous, I repeated, voice low and sharp. Jealous of what, Mom? The third bankruptcy in 6 years, the repossessed Range Rover last spring, or the fact your 29-year-old still has you paying her gas? Lauren's mouth hung open, real tears this time. You're evil, she whispered. No, Lauren. I was generous. Past tense. I stood again, pulled Harper's chair out. She hopped down, still clutching my hand. Dad finally looked up. He met my eyes, then Mom's, then stared back into his empty bourbon. He didn't speak, but I saw the corner of his eye twitch, the only sign he ever gave when he knew he was wrong. Mom tried one last grab. If you walk out now, don't ever come back to a family dinner. I paused at the edge of the table, bent down, kissed Harper's head. Great. Because family dinner shouldn't come with a cover charge. I pulled 5 crisp $100 bills from my wallet, fresh from the ATM that afternoon, and laid them gently in front of Mom. $500 cash. Tip for Ethan and Harper's meal. The rest is on you. Happy birthday, Dad. Then I took my daughter's hand and walked. Louboutin heels clicking steady on the oak floor. Harper whispered as we passed the bar, Mommy, do we have to come back? Never, baby. Mom's voice chased us, Ava Marie Thompson, you'll regret this. I didn't turn around. Valet brought the Suburban. I buckled Harper into her booster, slid into the driver's seat. She looked at me in the rear view, eyes shining. Mommy, she said, dead serious for a 7-year-old, I'm so proud of you. I smiled, the first real smile all night. Mommy's proud of you too. Now ice cream, extra fudge, extra sprinkles. Harper whooped, kicking her feet. As I pulled out of Southlake Town Square, I glanced in the mirror one last time. Through Bozeman Prime's windows, Mom waving her arms wildly, Lauren sobbing into her napkin, Dad, still sitting there quietly ordering another bourbon. A $100+ check sat on the table. It was no longer my problem. Possum Kingdom Lane, Keller, Texas, 9:12 p.m., same night. I'd barely opened the garage door when Ryan was waiting on the kitchen steps, Texas Longhorns hoodie, 2 glasses of Cabernet in hand. Harper launched into his arms like a rocket, rapid fire, recounting Shirley Temple with TWO cherries and the best steak ever. Ryan kissed her hair, eyes locked on me. When Harper ran upstairs to grab her stuffed bear for ice cream, Ryan pulled me into a hug so tight I could feel his heartbeat. I'm so damn proud of you, babe, he whispered into my hair. I've been dying to say that since you texted separate check. I melted into his chest, finally exhaling. I thought I'd shake. I didn't. No, he laughed, handing me a glass. You were a badass. And Harper just declared she wants to be a lawyer when she grows up. Because Mommy won tonight. We sat at the kitchen island. I opened my laptop, logged into Chase plus Venmo plus Zelle. Ryan watched silently as I exported every transaction since 2021, $1.500 every month like clockwork. Some months $800 extra for Cole's kids' activities. One month $2.200 when Lauren's car got repossessed. Grand total $49,780. Ryan whistled low. That's a down payment on a house, Av. Or Harper's college fund, I said, voice cracking. She starts college in 11 years. He kissed my temple. It's hers now. My phone buzzed nonstop, the Richardson family reunion group chat exploding. Aunt Diane, Dad's sister, finally. Someone had to do it. Proud of you, Ava, tore Uncle Jeff, Mom's brother. I've been waiting 15 years for this day. Lauren's bled everyone dry. Cousin Trish, private message, your mom just called me sobbing. I told her maybe stop treating one granddaughter like royalty and the other like an ATM first. Team Ava all the way. Tears welled up, not sadness, relief. I wasn't alone after all. Instagram pinged news story from Lauren. I clicked slow. Someone you loved cover, close-up, tears, white text on black. When your own sister abandons you on your dad's birthday because she's too rich to care anymore. Blood isn't always family. Pray for me. 8K views in 15 minutes. Comments. Flooding. Girl, what happened? She's toxic. A family that treats you like this isn't family. I didn't reply. No need. I just hit block this story from Lauren temporary enough for one peaceful night. Ryan looked over. Want me to post anything? Nope, I shook my head. Silence speaks louder. I opened a new Excel file. Lauren receipts 2021-2025 column A date column B amount column C Lauren's excuse screenshots attached column D. Her Instagram divided by Facebook flex from the same day divided by week bags, shoes, trips, parties. 45 minutes later, 38-page PDF clean professional, court ready. Harper thundered downstairs hugging me from behind. Mommy, tomorrow can we have pancakes with extra whipped cream? To celebrate our victory, I laughed first, real laugh all day. Blueberry pancakes, whipped cream, crispy bacon. Deal. Ryan high-fived her. Victory breakfast it is. I shut the laptop, pulled them both into my arms. Outside, the group chat still blew up. Outside, Lauren still cried on her story. Outside, Mom was probably speed dialing every relative with her evil Ava version. But inside this house, for the first time in years, there was only Harper's laughter, the scent of Cabernet, and the taste of real freedom. I sipped my wine and thought tonight I stopped being the victim. Tonight the account is officially closed. Possum Kingdom Lane, Keller, Friday 7:58 p.m. 3 days after Bozeman Prime. I'd just turned off Harper's light. She was clutching her new stuffed bear out cold after Ryan read 2 chapters of Junie B. Jones when the doorbell went off like a fire alarm. Not one polite ding, 4 rapid stabs, like someone was leaning on the button. Ryan frowned from the couch. Who the hell is that at this hour? I checked the Ring app. My heart dropped. Mom, Dad, Lauren and Cole on the front porch. Mom in her Canada Goose parka clutching a thick red binder, the kind Texas housewives use for coupons or lifetime receipts. Lauren's eyes, puffy hair in a messy bun. Cole arms crossed, scowling like security. Ryan sighed. I'll get it. No, I said, standing. This is our house. I opened the door. I took a breath, unlocked and pulled it open just wide enough they couldn't barge in. Hi. What brings you here? Without calling, Mom shoved the binder into my chest. This, she said, voice shaking with rage or cold, is every single dollar your father and I ever spent on you from birth to college graduation. Dance lessons, braces, cheer uniforms, SAT prep, that damn London semester. All of it. You owe us respect. I glanced at the label sharpied on the front. Ava, what we paid. Lauren immediately burst into dramatic sobs. How am I supposed to pay rent now? Ava, my Venmo is literally empty. Cole and I have bills. Cole nodded like a bobblehead, even though everyone knew he'd just dropped cash on a Rolex Submariner. I looked at Mom, then Lauren, then Dad. He hung back, hands in Carhartt pockets, staring at his old Lucchese boots. I flipped the binder open. Orthodontist bill 2006. Driving school. London flight $1.487. All highlighted in yellow. Grand total at the end $187,634.72. I smiled, closed it, handed it back. Impressive accounting, Mom. I'll keep a copy for tax purposes. Charitable contributions, $1,992. 2012. Right, Mom glared. Don't you dare mock me. I stepped inside, grabbed the white envelope from the console table. 5 crisp $100 bills inside. I handed it to Lauren. Here. $500 cash. This is the very last check. After tonight we're done, no more rent, no more car insurance, nothing. Lauren snatched it, still crying. This isn't even 1 month exactly, I said. And it's still more than you ever paid me back. Mom shrieked. You ungrateful little. Dad spoke for the first time. Voice low, gravelly from years of cigarettes and bourbon, but firm. Karen. Mom whipped around. What, maybe Ava's right. He said it, slow, eyes on the ground. We've enabled Lauren too long. 29 years old, can't hold a job longer than 6 months. We're not helping her, we're crippling her. Mom froze, mouth open, speechless. Lauren looked like she'd been slapped. Mike, Mom screamed. You're taking her side, against your own daughter. Dad looked up, met his wife's eyes for the first time. I'm taking the side of what's fair, and this hasn't been fair for a very long time. Cole took 1 step back, clearly not paid enough for family drama. Lauren sobbed harder, mascara rivers. I stood still, hand on the door. Anything else? Mom pointed at my face, trembling. You just destroyed this family. No, Mom, I said softly. I just stopped paying for it. I closed the door. Slow. Firm. The deadbolt clicked like a period at the end of a sentence. Through the glass, Mom stood frozen mouth open, binder slipping to the porch. Lauren wailed. Cole dragged her to the car. Dad lingered, then quietly picked up the binder, tucked it under Mom's arm and gently led her away. Ryan wrapped his arms around me from behind. You okay? I leaned back, closed my eyes. Never been better. Harper yelled from upstairs. Mommy, who was that? I laughed out loud. Just some people who won't be coming back, baby. Possum Kingdom Lane, Keller, Monday, 10 days after Bozeman Prime, 3:17 p.m. I just ended a Zoom with the Dallas team when the doorbell rang. 2 short professional chimes. Nothing like Mom's manic stabbing last time. Ryan was in the backyard installing Harper's new swing set, so I answered. 2 women stood on the porch. One mid-40s ponytail, Tarrant County Child Protective Services badge. The younger one held an iPad and thin file. Afternoon, ma'am. Investigator Monica Reyes, caseworker Taylor Nguyen, Tarrant County CPS. Are you Mrs. Ava Thompson? My heart dropped, but my corporate smile stayed locked. Yes, that's me. How can I help? Monica handed over ID. Anonymous report alleging possible neglect, inadequate food, unsanitary conditions, emotional withdrawal. Standard welfare check. May we come in? I opened the door wide. Of course. I'd prepped for this exact moment 4 days ago, right after cousin Trish texted Lauren's bragging at country club, she's gonna teach you a lesson. I knew her playbook. Inside the house smelled like fresh chocolate chip cookies. Harper and I baked them that morning. Monica and Taylor scanned gleaming hardwood, spotless sofa, dining table wiped clean. On the living room wall, giant color-coded calendar. Monday Swim Team 430. 530 Tuesday. Ballet 500. 615 Thursday Piano. 400. 445. Every square had a gold star. Harper finished homework early. Taylor smiled when she spotted Harper at the dining table, legs swinging, watercolor painting in progress. Hi sweetie, what's your name? Harper, June Thompson, 7.5, she announced, holding up her picture, a pink unicorn eating ice cream. Monica knelt to Harper's level. Do you eat dinner every night? Harper, yes ma'am. Last night Daddy smoked brisket and we had mac and cheese. Harper pointed at the fridge. Mommy always makes me try one green thing. Today, it was broccoli. I led them to the kitchen. Opened the fridge, organic milk, fresh fruit, prepped bento boxes for tomorrow, teriyaki chicken, baby carrots, heart-shaped strawberries. Freezer stocked with Wagyu Ryan bought at Costco. Pantry cereals, organic snacks, Harper's beloved Nutella. Monica nodded, taking notes. Mind if we see Harper's room? Upstairs. Harper's room looked like a Pinterest board, bed made, bookshelves, organized, art corner with a whiteboard reading Harper's goals this week: swim 25 meters non-stop. Walls covered in Disney World photos, swim medals, and the picture of me hugging her the day I got promoted to director. Taylor checked the closet, full of clothes, her size, clean, color-coded. Monica asked standard question. Harper's pediatrician Dr. Patel, perfect checkup last month. School attendance, 100% straight. A's, anyone smoke in the house? No, Ryan quit when Harper was born. Harper voluntarily showed them her treasure box, movie stubs, park tickets, and a stack of monthly handwritten letters from me for Harper Day. 25 minutes later, Monica closed her iPad. Mrs. Thompson, everything here is impeccable. Safe, clean, well-stocked. Harper thriving. This was clearly malicious. Case closed, effective immediately. Official letter in 3-5 business days. I nodded, staying calm even though I was boiling inside. Thank you for doing your job. I appreciate it. As they walked out, Taylor turned back, voice low. For what it's worth, we see this all the time in family disputes. If you need court docs, request the file, it'll show the report was unfounded. Door shut. I opened old texts with Lauren 3 days before Bozeman, 2 a.m. after I blocked her Venmo. Lauren, keep acting like you're better than us and I'll call CPS on you so fast your head spins. They'll take Harper away and you'll see how it feels to lose everything. Screenshot still saved in my evidence album. Ryan walked in from the backyard, sweaty, saw my face, knew instantly. Lauren. He hugged me tight. Let her try. We just got an official state document saying we're the best parents in Texas. Harper ran down, hugged my legs. Mommy, the ladies loved my painting. Miss Taylor said it's the prettiest unicorn she's ever seen. I crouched, hugged her long. You're Mommy's prettiest unicorn. That night, I added a new file to Lauren receipts. CPS report dismissed 11/2024 house divided by fridge, divided by schedule photos. Lauren's CPS threat screenshot. File name attempted felony, Texas Penal Code Section 37.08 false report to peace officer or law enforcement. Then I texted Jessica Reynolds' family attorney I'd already contacted priority red. Prep cease and desist plus demand letter. We're going big. Thanksgiving Tower downtown Dallas, Wednesday, the following week. I sat across from Jessica Reynolds' panoramic view of Cowboys Stadium behind her. 46 sharp blonde bob former federal prosecutor turned family law shark. Her reputation in Dallas. If Jessica takes your case, the other side better bring a wallet and tissues. I slid the USB with 42 pages, Lauren receipts and the CPS dismissal across the table. Jessica scanned lips curling into a predator smile. 54 grand gifted 0 repaid plus written CPS threat honey this isn't a case. This is Christmas morning. In under 20 minutes, she drafted 2 letters. Cease and desist to Lauren plus Cole CC mom immediate cease all direct divided by indirect contact. No more defamatory posts divided by stories. 0 access to Harper. Demand letter to Lauren only repay $25,000 within 30 days. Or face civil suit unjust enrichment, plus intentional infliction of emotional distress, plus defamation, plus false report to law enforcement, Class B misdemeanor, possible felony on repeat. Attached full Venmo history, Instagram receipts, CPS threat texts, CPS dismissal. Send today Jessica asked finger hovering. Certified mail return receipt email backup. Today. 3 p.m., same day. 2 thick envelopes dropped at USPS downtown Dallas. Certified. Signed for. Undeniable. 6:11 p.m. Phone blew up. Mom's number. I answered speaker on so Ryan could hear. Ava Marie Thompson mom wailed voice wrecked from crying and whine. A lawyer sending threats to your baby sister, you want to kill your mother, you want the whole world to know this family is destroyed. I waited 5 seconds for her rant to finish. Mom, I said ice cold that letter wasn't for you, it was for the person who tried to use CPS to steal my daughter. If you stand with her, you'll get the next one. She sobbed harder. Your evil Lauren's living in her car, you want her dead. Ryan shook his head. I hit block caller. Screen flashed green contact mommed were blocked. Ryan pulled me close. Done. Now the law talks. 7:04 p.m. USPS, email confirmations. Certified mail hash, 7018, delivered signed L. Richardson 6:47 p.m. Certified mail hash 7019, delivered signed K, Richardson 6:49 p.m. Harper ran in from the living room holding 2 star-shaped cookies. Mommy, I made these for Aunt Lauren but now I think Santa deserves them more. I laughed, hugged her tight. Great idea, baby. Santa's earned it. That night I opened Excel new tab legal expenses, Reynolds first line $5,000 retainer, paid 4:12 p.m. Second line red note worth every penny. Then I shut everything down, turned off the office light and went downstairs where Ryan was pouring my second drama-free Cabernet of the week. The 30-day countdown officially began. Southlake, Texas, 18 days after cease and desist signed. I was in quarterly review when Ryan texted a screenshot from his coworkers' group chat. All the Keller divided by Southlake husbands Cole Richardson filed for divorce from Lauren at Tarrant County Courthouse this morning. Grounds irreconcilable differences, plus dissipation of marital assets. Translation Lauren blew through $78K of their joint savings in 11 months with 0 bills in both names. News spread faster than West Texas wildfire. By lunch cousin Trish sent the filed petition, her friend's a court clerk. Page 4 itemized. $9,200. Hermes Birkin $12,500 solo Cabo Girls Trip $18,000 Breast Lift più Fillers Birthday Gift for Cole $7,800 Miraval Austin Spa Package. Rest Clothes Shows Miscellaneous Shopping. Cole demanded 100% of remaining joint funds $4,200 and Lauren to cover his $1,800 attorney fees. Same afternoon a small U-Haul backed into mom and dad's Southlake driveway. Lauren, hair messy, wearing Cole's oversized hoodie, dragged a Louis Vuitton Neverfull out. She was moving back into the 5-bedroom house she grew up in first time since age 19. Dad stood in the garage, arms crossed, didn't lift a finger to help. Word from Aunt Diane, who happened to drive by, Dad told Lauren flat out, "You're 29, not 19. 30 days to get a job and get out." I'm done bankrolling your lifestyle. Lauren screamed in the garage loud enough for the whole cul-de-sac to hear. 2 days later, Lauren's TikTok at Lauren Lux Living, 68K followers, went live. She sat on her old teenage bed, Justin Bieber posters still on the wall, cheerleading pom-poms in the closet. No makeup, red eyes, shaky voice. Hi guys. Never thought I'd say this, but my older sister, who makes 6 figures, just cut me off completely. She used to pay my rent, groceries, everything. Now I'm about to be homeless. Blood isn't always family, y'all. Video hit number DFW trending in 4 hours, 1.2 M views. But the internet is a double-edged sword. By night, the community tab erupted at Southlake Mama Girl. Didn't you post this Birkin last month? Screenshot $9K bag at Texas Luxury Real Estate, and the Range Rover you gifted yourself for your 29th $1,400 divided by month lease. Who paid it? Cowboy Takedown's verified ex-coworker of Cole. She spent his life savings then played victim. Classic. Duets and stitches flooded side by side. Lauren in Maldives versus homeless era loading. Number Lauren liar trended top 3 Texas. Lauren tried a second livestream to explain, got raided within minutes, thousands spamming Hermes bags and towed Range Rovers. She shut it down after 11 minutes and deleted the account. Mom and dad fell into their own private hells. Mom got kicked from the Southlake Ladies Who Lunch group chat. No more Sunday mimosa drama. Her regular Wednesday bridge seat was taken by a new transplant from California. Golf foursome invites dried up. Once at Kroger, a 30-year friend pretended not to see her and pushed her cart the other way. Mom came home and cried all afternoon. Dad quietly transferred $5,000 into Harper's savings account. First time he ever sent money to his granddaughter without going through mom. Message attached, for college. Love, Papa. That night Ryan and I lay in bed scrolling TikTok like it was comedy night. Feeling guilty, Ryan asked, laughing. I stared at the ceiling. Yeah. Guilty for letting it go on 8 years. That guilt's gone now. I opened Chase, transferred $5,000 from our joint account into Harper's 529 note matching Papa's gift. Love, Mom and Dad. Then I turned off the light. Outside, a November Texas breeze rustled the oak leaves like old doors finally closing for good. Tarrant County Family Courthouse, Fort Worth, Friday, 41 days after cease and desist. I walked into the lobby and Jessica Reynolds was already waiting, gray suit, black heels, Toomey briefcase, the color of Merlot. She handed me a Philz coffee from her car. Ready, readier than closing a board meeting. The petition was filed by Mom Karen Richardson and Lauren, represented by cheap grapevine attorney Mark Hensley, the guy with billboards on I-35. Demands: grandparent visitation 2 weekends divided by month plus 1 week summer plus rotating holidays. Grounds estrangement without just cause and best interest of the child. Jessica smirked reading it. Texas Family Code Section 153.433. They need to prove Harper's physically or emotionally harmed without contact or parents unfit divided by dead divided by incarcerated. 0 chance. Single hearing, dead on arrival. Mediation started 9:00 a.m. in a small juryless room. Judge Laura Martinez, 50-year-old Latina famous for shredding helicopter grandparents. Petitioner's mom, red eyes, floral, Laura Ashley dress, Lauren ponytail, black dress like a funeral, Hensley suit a size too small. Respondents, me, Jessica, Ryan allowed as directly affected. Judge Martinez opened the file, frowned immediately. Hensley started monotone, Your Honor, my clients have been denied all access to their granddaughter divided by grandniece since September. This sudden estrangement is causing severe emotional distress. Jessica stood without invitation. Permission to submit respondents' exhibits A, K, Your Honor. She placed a 2-inch navy binder on the judge's desk, evidence of malicious intent and financial exploitation, case number 2024-78914, contents. A 42 pages Venmo divided by Zelle, $49,780. Lauren never repaid. B. Instagram, Birkin Range Rover lease Cabo receipts. C. Lauren's CPS threat texts timestamped. D. Official CPS report, unfounded, malicious. E. Cease and desist plus demand letter served. F. Lauren's defamatory TikTok livestream saved offline. G. Cole vs. Lauren divorce filing, asset dissipation. H. Declaration of Michael Richardson, dad, refusing to sign petition. Judge stopped at Exhibit H. Mr. Hensley, are you aware one petitioner has refused to sign? Hensley stammered. We were told Mr. Richardson would sign later. Jessica slid over a fresh document stamped yesterday. Filed 4:17 p.m. yesterday, Your Honor. Declaration under penalty of perjury by Michael Richardson. I do not support this petition and believe it is not in the best interest of my granddaughter Harper. I maintain a healthy relationship with Harper and her parents and see her regularly by mutual agreement. Mom shot up, he was coerced. Judge banged her gavel lightly. Mrs. Richardson, sit. Lauren started crying. Mom hugged her, glaring daggers at me. Judge Martinez looked straight at Hensley. Counselor, Texas law is crystal clear. Grandparent visitation requires significant impairment to the child's physical or emotional health or parents dead, incarcerated, or incompetent. You provided zero evidence. Respondent provided overwhelming proof of harassment and attempted interference with parental rights. She closed the file with a thud. Petition denied with prejudice. Costs assessed to petitioners. Matter concluded. Entire hearing 18 minutes. Walking out, Mom charged at me, eyes wild. You will burn in hell for this. Jessica stepped in front like a bodyguard. Mrs. Richardson, you are now violating the order just issued. One more step and security escorts you and I file sanctions. Mom froze. Lauren tugged her away, sobbing. Dad stood at the end of the hallway in his old Carhartt jacket holding 2 coffees. He walked over, handed me one. Black too, Splenda, he said quietly. Like always. I took it, hands shaking slightly. Dad, thank you. He just nodded, eyes on Harper running up. Ryan had brought her to say hi to Papa before we left. Harper threw herself into his arms. Papa, I missed you. Dad kissed her hair, voice thick. Papa missed you too. Now I get to see you anytime you want, no court needed. Mom and Lauren turned and left. Mom's heels echoed down the marble hall, then gone. Judge Martinez passed by, patted my shoulder. Great job, Mom. Some battles are worth fighting. I smiled, took Harper's and Ryan's hands. One more battle over. And this time no extra shots fired. Keller, Texas, July 2025, exactly 8 months after the grandparent rights petition was denied. I stood in the kitchen, early morning Texas sunlight pouring through the big windows, shining on the massive framed certificate newly hung. Ava M. Thompson, promoted to Director, Enterprise Project Management, June 2025, new salary up $68K divided by year, 6-figure bonus, corner office overlooking downtown Dallas. Summer bonus just hit enough for first-class tickets to Orlando without blinking. Harper bounced around in her new Elsa dress, frozen roller suitcase spinning. Mommy, only 4 hours till Disney. Ryan walked in from the garage, 2 coffees in hand, kissed my hair. Southwest says on time. Get ready for lightning lane lines, babe. I laughed until my cheeks hurt. Our first vacation paid 100% by us, no family assistance strings attached. Meanwhile, 18 miles south, life had taken a very different turn. Lauren, now 30, had her license suspended 18 months for a second DUI back in March. She'd been driving her beat-up 2009 Civic Range Rover long repossessed home from a Grapevine bar when she hit a median at 2:14 a.m. BAC 0.14, almost double the Texas limit. Now she worked 2 part-time jobs. Morning Starbucks barista in Southlake Town Square, same shopping center as Bozeman Prime, old staff still whisper. Nights Chili's server, red polo ponytail, barely any tips because she always looks miserable. She lived in a 420 square studio in Bedford, $1,050 divided by month, rent paid with her own paycheck. After bills, maybe $300, $400 left. No parental top-ups. Mom Karen fell into the social hell she feared most. Drama spread through Southlake faster than wildfire. TikTok viral, Cole's divorce, 18-minute court loss, all devoured with Sunday mimosas. Southlake ladies, who lunched, deleted Mom from the chat. Her regular Wednesday bridge seat went to a California transplant. Golf invites vanished. Once at Kroger, a 30-year friend pretended not to see her and sped her card away. Mom came home and cried all afternoon. Dad Mike chose a different path. Every first Saturday of the month, 9 a.m. sharp, he pulled his silver F-150 into our driveway. No Mom, no Lauren. Just Papa and Harper. First visit, he stood at the door with a giant Shipley donut box, voice cracking. Papa's sorry, Ava. Sorry for staying quiet too long. I hugged him on the porch. He cried the first time since Grandma's funeral. It became tradition. 9:11 a.m. Papa takes Harper for breakfast, park or soccer. 11:12 p.m. stays for lunch, grills brisket on the Traeger himself. Before leaving always slips me an envelope, $500, $1,000 cash, handwritten note, for Harper. Don't tell your mother. He started therapy in Grapevine. Told me Papa's learning how to be a dad and grandpa again. This time right. Yesterday, when he picked Harper up for Inside Out 2, he pulled me aside, handed me a thicker envelope. Inside $12,000 cash and a note, money I saved for Lauren's new car last year. Giving it to Harper's college instead. She deserves it more. I hugged him speechless. Mom and Lauren radio silence since court. Numbers still blocked. Harper sometimes asks, why doesn't Grandma come anymore? I just say Grandma's busy learning how to love the right way, sweetie. Night before Disney we packed suitcases. Harper stuffed 6 extra Mickey ears into hers. Ryan snuck a spa voucher for Grand Floridian into mine. When Harper was asleep, Ryan and I sat on the patio, Shiner beers under a sky full of Texas stars. Ever think we'd be here? He asked. We're first class to Disney on our own dime, zero drama, yeah. I leaned on his shoulder. No. But here we are. 8 months. 1 director title. 1 Disney trip. 1 grandpa who learned to say sorry. And 1 little family of 3 plus 1 stuffed bear about to board a plane, leaving behind every bill, every drama, every obligation nobody asked for. Real consequences aren't punishment, real consequences are freedom. Possum Kingdom, Lake, Texas. Labor Day weekend 2025. Ampere's Frame Lake House, painted slate blue, private dock, the water so still it mirrored the tall pines perfectly. We booked it back in May, the second bonus hit, no loans, no favors, just 1 click, book now on Vrbo. 3 days of perfect skies, golden sun, zero drama texts. Harper swam like a dolphin, Ryan smoked ribs on the big green egg till midnight, and I lounged in an Adirondack chair with frozen margaritas, listening to the 2 most important people in my life laugh. Last night, we built a bonfire right at the water's edge. Flames crackled, hickory smoke mixed with toasted marshmallow. Harper wore her new Disney hoodie from Orlando, Mickey ears glowing on her head, trying to play A Million Dreams on the harmonica she learned at school. Ryan strummed his guitar softly. I pulled something from the bottom of my suitcase I'd carried all year, walnut 8x10 frame, the very last family photo. Dad's 66th at Bozeman Prime. Mom beaming next to Lauren, flashing her ring, Dad staring into bourbon, me tense at the end, Harper tucked into me like she was scared. I'd meant to trash it ages ago but kept it as a reminder this was the starting line. Harper stopped playing, tilted her head. Mommy, what's that? I sat on the sand, pulled her into my lap. This is an old picture of our family, sweetie. A family where not everyone knew how to love the right way. Ryan went quiet, hand on my shoulder. Harper studied it, scrunched her nose. Why does Grandma look happy but sad at the same time? I kissed her hair. Because they hadn't learned real happy yet. But we have. I stood, walked Harper and Ryan to the end of the wooden dock. The lake was pitch black, only moonlight and bonfire glow dancing on the water. Want to say goodbye to everything that wasn't good for us anymore? I asked Harper. She nodded instantly, eyes bright. Yes, bye-bye bad vibes. I held the frame high. Night breeze cooled my skin. This isn't our family anymore, I said, voice carrying across the still water. Real family is where you're loved without paying a price. I threw it. The frame arced, perfectly glinting moonlight for a second, then plunk sank into black water. Ripples spread, then vanished. Harper cheered, clapping bye-bye bad vibes forever. Ryan wrapped his arms around us, both kissed my hair. And hello good vibes, he whispered. I set my phone on the little tripod, hit record. This was the final video, not for clout, just closure. I sat by the fire, Harper dozing on my shoulder, Ryan's arm around us both. Firelight warmed our faces, peaceful. Hi everyone, I said to the lens, voice soft but strong. If you're watching this, you probably followed my story from Dad's birthday dinner at Bozeman Prime over a year ago. From the day I demanded a separate check, cut financial support, faced fake CPS, fought grandparent rights lawsuits, and finally, chose freedom. I looked at Harper sleeping, still clutching her glowing Mickey ears. Family is not a blank check. Love is not a one-way ATM. Sometimes the healthiest, bravest, kindest thing you can do is close the account that keeps draining you and open a new one with people who love you back equally unconditionally. I reached for Ryan's hand, he laced his fingers through mine. This is my new family. 3 people, 1 stuffed bear, and the whole world ahead. Thank you for coming along. Now, I'm going to bed. Tomorrow we go home and keep living our best life. I stopped recording. Ryan doused the fire, only embers left glowing. He carried Harper inside, her mouth still sticky with marshmallow. I followed, hugging his hoodie, barefoot on cool sand. At the porch I looked back one last time. The lake was mirror, still no trace of the old frame. Just moonlight, stars and gentle waves lapping the shore like freedom's lullaby. I whispered into the night. We're home. The lake house door closed behind us. Old chapter over. New chapter, more beautiful than anything we ever dreamed, just beginning.